welcome back to my Flosstube channel. I am here for an October update. If you are new here, my name is Melanie. I am a cross stitcher living in the state of Michigan. I'm obsessed with cross stitch. It's all I want to do all day, every day. So I've got a lot of stuff to share with you guys today. I actually have 9 WIPs that I got progress in since my last video. So I'll start just real quick with a couple life updates and we're gonna go straight into the giveaway because I'm super excited. So since I saw you guys last, a little over a month ago, fall is kind of here in Michigan. We've got some colors, but we've been in another heat wave for like 2 weeks, like 90 degrees. So I'm ready for the crisp, cool fall that I remember in Michigan. I've got my fingers crossed. Me and my mom went out to the site where I'm getting married next year just to take a peek, you know, in October, see how the colors are, and it was really pretty. We had a special day. I'm getting more and more excited. It's just getting closer and closer. So lots of wedding planning. I just celebrated my niece Abby's birthday yesterday. She turned 3. She's the last baby in the family, so we had a lot of fun celebrating her special day. It was just a good family day. And then StitchCon, I'm so excited. Both me and my sister, Melissa, who's Snow Day Stitcher on Instagram, got into StitchCon Weekend B next year. So we are so excited. I feel super grateful to be able to go, to have made it onto the first wave of the wait list. Stephanie always does such a great job with communicating on all of that, and the whole StitchCon team. It's just a wonderful experience. So don't give up hope if you haven't gotten in. A lot changes between now and next June, but we are super excited. And the other members of Table 32, which was an inaugural year for all of us, are also going to be joining too. So we're going to get the gang back together and have another year at StitchCon. So I'm feeling very, very grateful for that. Okay, let's talk giveaway. I'm so excited. So in my last video, this is my latest design, Beach Days. In my last video, I had you guys put the word beach in your comment, and I am going to give away 2 of these patterns today. Here is a look at the pattern. It's a hard copy. It's in color. It's got like a glossy feel to it, you know, like a thicker cardstock. The winners that I pulled for these 2 charts, Cindy Lou Loves to Stitch and Jana K 9557. So congratulations, ladies. I'm super excited to get these to you. Thank you for showing interest in my pattern, and I really hope it's like a fun beachy decor for your house next summer. So super excited. You can send me a message on Instagram. I'm Melly Ellie Stitches there. You can email me. I'll put my email in the drop down box below, or you can just comment on this comment and I can email you. However it's easiest for you, get a hold of me and I'll get those in the mail. Congratulations. More giveaways. My sweet friend Cindy, she's decluttering and downsizing, and she sent me a bunch of patterns she thought I might be interested in, which was so generous. Thank you, Cindy. But some of these I already have. And some of them I won't get to because my want to stitch list is so huge, and I'm not a spring chicken. So I'm going to do 4 giveaways today because I want to share this love and get these beautiful patterns out into the world for anyone who does have room on their stitchy list. Let's take a look. The first one is by With Thy Needle and Thread, and it's called Quaker Sewing Tray. I just love the muted colors in this. I think this would be so pretty in a little tray like this, or maybe like the top of a jewelry box. So beautiful. Or even, you know, just a pillow. Let's see, what's the size of this? An 11 and 11, what's it? No, that's the count of the fabric. Here's the count. It says it's on an 8.5 by 11 piece of cardboard. So yeah, I think that would be a beautiful finish, however you decide to do it. So if you want to be interested, if you want to be entered into this giveaway, put the word Quaker in your comment, and I will draw a name in my November video. Next, from Plum Street Samplers, Tomato Hill. How sweet is that? Look at this little black cat. I just love it. So cute. and the little crow and all the pumpkins. And I love all the windows in that house. That is too cute. So if you'd like to be entered for Tomato Hill, put the word tomato in your comment. Next, this is such a beautiful pattern, and I own this one. This is Oology by Satsuma Street, and it's 4 patterns for these beautiful Easter egg shaped pieces. You can make them into little ornaments for your Easter tree, or just put them in a basket like this. They're so bright and beautiful. Oh, I love the colors in these. You have a lot of time before Easter. You could get started on these. So if you would like to be entered for these, just put bird in your comment. And very last, Christmas is on its way, and I have this pattern as well. I've stitched a couple of them. I think I stitched the snowman and the reindeer. This is Tiny Tidings by Lizzie Kate, one of her Tiny Tidings series. And there's a little elf, a Santa, a snowman, a reindeer, and then Jingle Jingle. These are just so fun. These were quick stitches. You can get one done for your tree this year. So if you would like to be entered for this, put the word jingle in your comment. Yay! So when I come back for my November video, I'll pull the winners for that. That'll be a lot of fun, and I'll get those out to you guys. Okay, let's talk about WIPs, because I did a lot of stitching since my last video. I have 9 WIPs to share with you today. They're all in a pile over here. I had a couple new starts. I think I had 1 new start that's in this. The rest I've been trying to chip away at WIPs. So my first one is United We Stand by Teresa Kogut. I got this a couple years back. I love it. I've mentioned it in my other videos. These dresses are long, a lot of stitches, but it's, it's mindless stitching. It's just filling in, so I've done some outlining and I'm filling in. Mine is being stitched on 36 count Vintage Country Mocha, and I made a lot of progress. I'll actually do the, that's a good idea. I'll put in one of these 2 corners, I can't remember which, I'll put the picture of where I was last time on this, so you can compare it to now. And here's where I am now. Isn't that pretty? So I think since the last time we chatted, I finished the blue. And then, I think I finished the blue dress, and then I've started filling in here the rest of this. This is Weeks Dye Works Cayenne that I chose. So all I'm gonna have left is this bottom hem of this dress and the flag, and then it's gonna be done. Isn't it so pretty? I love it. I have big plans of how I wanna finish this one. So I'm gonna keep chipping away at it. Like I said, it's great TV stitching. It's just, filling it once you've done the outline. So that one's fun. My Home in the Garden by Liz Matthews. I am stitching this with my friend Janice, who will be attending StitchCon. And I also was in a stitch along with Nikki Noodle and Betsy Klager for this one. I am stitching mine on 32 count white. I had stitched it, maybe like a quarter of it. And I had stitched it on an off-white fabric, and the colors, I'm obsessed with the colors in this pattern, so I just really, really wanted them to pop. So I started restitching mine on 32 count white, and I started in the bottom right corner this time. So I've been plugging away at this one, and here's where I've gotten. It's so fun to stitch those blue flowers in the grass. It's just a repetitive pattern, and I just love the solid look of it all filled in. So I've gotten quite a bit done on that. I don't think I had the flower last time. I extended the border out, so highly recommend this one. I love stitching on it. Every time I stitch on it, I feel like every color I pull out, every thread I pull out, I love the richness of it. I love the vibrance of it. It's just such a pretty pattern. So I got to keep working on that. Now, we said we were going to have it done by StitchCon next year. I don't know if I'll make it, Janice. All right, next is Teresa Kogut, Faith, Hope, Peace, and Love. The story behind this one, if you're new here, I saw Lisa Smith, the Kindred Stitcher, stitching this, and she changed her color palette completely. And for me, that color palette really drew me in. I had to stitch it once I saw it. And I love this little man and woman up here at the top. They just look so in love. And so I decided to make this a tribute to my grandmother and grandfather who have passed away in the past couple of years. And in the center sections where I'm going to put, you know, beloved grandparents with their names and their birth date, death date. So I'm really enjoying this one. I decided to stitch mine on 36 count eucalyptus, and it's still in the hoop, and you can see all of the stitching I've done, so I didn't bother taking it out. And here's where I am. Isn't that pretty? I absolutely love this fabric. I love this color fabric. I would have never on my own, I think, chosen this fabric. My piece is like a blue-gray. I know some people have said theirs is a little darker, but I'm having a lot of fun with it. This flower just pops on this fabric. I love it. I love it. So this is definitely going to be a labor of love. It's a big piece, but I just chip away on it here and there, and I really take the time to think of my grandparents when I am stitching on it. So I like that one a lot. All right, next is I pulled out an old WIP, Star Village. This is another one I restarted. I don't remember what fabric I used the first time. I can't even remember, but I ended up getting the called for fabric, which is 35 count aged saffron from Dames of the Needle. This pattern is by Thistles. Let me try to get the glare off it, and it is called Star Village. Aren't those houses beautiful? Again, drawn to the colors in this. I love stitching a house. And just so drawn to all the different colors and those big chubby sheep. I just think this is so adorable. So adorable. So I restarted this one in the bottom right corner. And I did a bit more work on it. Let me show you where I'm at. Pardon my thread. Here's where I got to. So the last time you saw this, I mean, was long ago. Because I don't think I stitched on this last year. So I had just had this bit of grass down here in the bottom. This is Tiger Lily. This is a beautiful color, like a yellow and a green variegated, so pretty. So I decided I was tired of stitching grass at the moment. There's a lot of grass. So I worked my way up here and I stitched this flower, and then I was able to jump to this flower and start this house. And aren't those colors so pretty? They're just so beautiful. I love it. This one is another one I'm super drawn to for the colors. So I had a lot of fun just building a house, stitching away, looking at all the beautiful flosses. So I'm gonna make I usually take this opportunity, like when I do these floss tubes, I do them around once a month. Sometimes it's 5 or 6 weeks, but I usually take the time, since I take everything out and I give it a quick press, to go through what I've been currently stitching on and make my plans for the next month. So I'm going to be making my plans today for, which you'll see that I stitched out in my next video in November, for like the next, you know, couple of weeks. And I think that one's going to stay out because it's just such a pretty pattern. And again, it's a huge pattern. I mean, look at this piece of fabric. This is big, but love it. Love every stitch. I'm not finishing a lot of things, but I am stitching on a lot of things, and that makes me happy. This is another WIP I've got to get done for my sweet Matthew. He is a big Cubs fan. I downloaded this off the internet at www.stitcheruniverse.com. I'm a Detroit Tigers fan. I do like the Cubs, though. So I've been working on this. He really wants to hang it in his office, which I'm extremely flattered for. I don't know, maybe it'll be a good decoration for him. I'm like, really? Are you sure you want to hang my cross stitch in your office? So this is another one that's been just like a big fill-in. And I did some, you know, just outlining of it, and then did a bunch more fill-in here in the blue. So again, not a tough pattern, and a good pattern to just sit and, you know, fill in. You know how you get in those moods where you just want to sit and like fill in and not like maybe be super focused on the pattern in front of you. So that's when I pull this one out. It's like if we're gonna watch a movie or something and I wanna be able to, you know, have my attention diverted. This was my new start. And in order to get this new start, I joined Teresa Koget's Patreon, and I purchased it from her secret shop. This was her Patreon August 2025 chart. Again, I saw Lisa Smith from the Kindred Stitcher. She enables me, oh my gosh, I feel like everything she posts, I want to stitch. So I went and downloaded the PDF for this and I got started. This saying is so pretty and I think it's so important. The name of the pattern is Find Joy, but it says find joy in each day. And I think that's so important, especially with, you know, I feel like there's just a lot of bad news and a lot of turmoil and a lot of things going on in the world, and it can really get you down sometimes. And I've been trying to really focus on finding joy in every day, counting my blessings. So I like this one a lot. I love this bird and these big flowers with the chickens. Oh my gosh, I'm so obsessed with this. So Lisa did a conversion on hers. I've done a conversion on mine using threads that I had. So I didn't purchase any threads. And this is being stitched on 32 count Hog's Bristle by Fox and Rabbit. And let me show you where I am. I started again in the lower right. And here's where I got to. Isn't that grass pattern so much fun? I love it. I absolutely love the colors that I chose, how they're coming together. It's just such a fun stitch, and it's like one of those patterns where everything's super oversized, like great big flowers and little chicken. Oh my gosh, I love it so much. This is a great fabric to work on. I've been having a lot of fun with that. A lot of fun. So far I'm happy with my color conversion. Again, this is like, you can see all this fabric. This is a really big piece. If the flowers are this big, you can imagine how big the house is going to be. Right? It's going to be a mega house. And I don't know what I'm going to do with those bricks. I love the look of this one, but I'm kind of tempted to almost do something more like, what's the name of that pattern? This is the Day. The house that's got like the pink and the red bricks, because I love that look too. And that might look pretty with some of the pinks and reds in here. So I'm undecided on the house yet. I've picked out colors, but I'm gonna leave that one fluid. Don't hold me to it. This one I love so much. This was another new start. So I had 2 new starts. This I found when me and Melissa went to StitchCon this year. We live up in Michigan, so we drive down to Sharonville. We stopped at the craft gallery also, because it's on the way. It was only like an hour and 30 minutes, I think, to get there, and then like another 2 hours down to StitchCon. So we stopped there to check that place out. I've heard so many good things about it, and it held true. They had a ton of patterns, beautiful shop, so friendly, and this is another pattern that I've seen. And I thought, oh, that's really cute. But in the shop, they had it stitched on a different fabric. So here's the original. This is Country Cottage Needleworks in the Meadow. And I love it on the green. I do. But there was something about it. Maybe it was more about seeing it stitched in person. I don't know about you guys, but when I go to a cross stitch store and you see something stitched in person, it is just so much more appealing to me than, you know, just seeing it on a chart. And so, of course, I purchased it. And I purchased the threads that day. And I'm stitching mine on 36 count Vintage Country Mocha. I don't know what their count was, but their fabric was Vintage Country Mocha. And I'm loving how it's turning out. So I got a really good start on this guy. He's so cute. I love it. He is such a, my mom said this before because she loves snowmen, and she said, how can you look at a snowman and not smile? And she's right. She's 100% right. So I've got a really good start on this one. This is such a fun stitch. It's, you know, not complicated. It's just a lot of fun. And I really, really love it on this fabric color. So I think this is definitely going to stay in my rotation. Maybe if I stitch snow and cold things, the cold weather will come to Michigan. Because wow, it's warm and I'm just sweaty. Okay, and then my last, nope, I've got two more. Let me do this one first. So this one, I need to insert a picture. This was a download off of Etsy. And this is in the Soda Stitch Etsy webpage. And it's a series of bookmarks. And you know, each one's individual. You buy them individually. They have Cinderella, they have Rapunzel, they have like an Ariel, but she's got purple hair, Snow White, Peter Pan, and I just thought these would be so much fun to do. I have a lot of readers in my family, and I thought I just need to stitch them all. So I started with Cinderella. I'll insert a picture maybe over here of what Cinderella looks like. It's so pretty. I'm so excited. So I went to town on this. I finished all of her dress in cross stitch and started moving up into her face and her skin. Isn't that pretty? Like the back stitch is just going to totally bring it to life, but those colors are just so soft. And I found, this was like the find of the year for me on Amazon. I found these bookmarks on Amazon. It's 18 count white Aida, and they already have all of these sewn embroidered edges done, and they had them in, like the pack came with blue and purple and pink and yellow, and I'm like, that's perfect because of all these princess colors. So I feel like it just looks really, really good with the stitching. And this is a fun one. You know, I don't have to put it in a hoop or a stand. I just stitch it in my hand, and I like stitching on Aida. I like, you know, how the holes are very visible, and you know, there's no slubs in the fabric, and so I do really enjoy stitching on this one. My dream would be, you know, if I could just win the Powerball and quit my job tomorrow. My dream would be that I could stitch one of these for all of the readers in my family, but that would probably be like 13 of them. So we'll just keep slowly chipping away at them in the meantime. Okay, and then the last WIP I have to share is another one of my older WIPs. I love this one, Flea Market Flowers. This is such a pretty piece. My friend Michelle, hi Michelle, she finished this on a beautiful wall hanging, which I thought was so pretty. I've seen it in like a turquoise teal colored frame, which is what I think I'm going to do with mine. And this again is just fun, like blocky stitching. And again, the colors. I just am a vibrant color person, I think, because this one just called to me. It wasn't even out in my basket, and I just was like, oh, I want to stitch on Flea Market Flowers. So this one is stitched on a 32 count white. I barely ironed all these. I just put a little bit of heat to them so they weren't all crumpled up, and here it is. So last time you saw it, I didn't have this flower. So I went down here and I did this flower, and I did the border over here, and now I'm working down into this flower. Isn't it happy? The colors are just so pretty on this one. It always just brightens up my day. So I think this is another one that's going to stay in my rotation. I think for sure Flea Market Flowers, my big Teresa Kogets. I don't know. I'm going to have to pull them all out and look at them again. It's fun. I always tell Matt, I'm like, I'm going to play with my cross stitch today. Now I have something else to show you. If any of you out there are into crochet, I am obsessed with the Woobles. They are not cheap. The kit, it's like a kit that teaches you from start to finish how to make a plushie, amigurumi. And I've done Pierre the penguin, so cute, and Fred the dinosaur. So cute. They're so adorable. So I just finished, and I posted it on my Instagram. So if you follow me there at Melly Ollie Stitches on Instagram, you saw him there. Sebastian the lion. He's so cute. Just so adorable. I absolutely love them. These are so fun, and they're so diverse. I mean, they have hundreds of them now, and I have a few more in my bucket. But yeah, I had to show you him because he's my cute little buddy. Okay, let's do the happy cards. So in my last video, the happy cards, I had 30 of them. I went through all 30 of them in 30 different floss tubes. So I bought a new set of happy cards. I believe they come in this nice hard box with a magnetic cover. So let's try and see what these are like. Thank you for your purchase. That's very nice. That's very nice. Okay, so today's card is We often take for granted the very things that most deserve our gratitude, by Cynthia Ozick. Isn't that a pretty quote? I love quotes. And that kind of goes along with what I was saying today, how, you know, you have to just be grateful for all the little things, all the things that you take for granted, especially when, you know, times are tough. And then it says on the back, I am grateful for the small things and wonder in my life. Ah, I think that's such a good reminder. So remember to think about the things that are positive, focus on the positive, not on the negative. It's important. It's important to keep spirits up. It's important, you know, to just get into your crafty passion. And even if that's what you're grateful for, that's an awesome thing. Oh, I just kicked you guys. Sorry about that. So thank you for spending time with me today. I will be back in November for my November update. Yeah, and we'll do the giveaways, and hopefully I'll have a lot more stitching to share with you guys. But until I see you next time, bye, take care, have a good fall.